This is David Schurter, the psychic super soldier, the peanut butter wizard, the purse-making warlock, the dirty nephew diddler, the filthy little abuser. He needs to see a dentist and stop committing lewd acts at parks.
Gas stations go boom!
I'm not playing that game, but Pootie twang is
Spreading peanut butter on Pootie's butt. That's what David Schurter's thinking of.
all focused on all this shit that to me doesn't make a bit of difference. Dude, you know, the whole thing about it is that suggesting that I'm a sex offender is stupid.
I ended up attacking her 3-year-old son. I was 12, he was 3. Doug keeps wanting to say that, oh, you molested him. There was some of that because I was acting out, but for the most part, I beat the fuck out of him.
It's ridiculously stupid. It's easy to ascertain. It's a fucking computer. Type my name in, you know, and you can see there's nothing there. That's the issue with it. But I am dealing with child traffickers. The same people who took out Isaac. The same people who took out Lori King and her husband. The same people who took out Max Spears. And those are the people that I know. I would be willing to bet from everything that I know of the Tracy Twyman situation, they took out her too. There seem to be a lot of dead people around the whole Dead Isaac Cappy Club.
We're only just having fun at the Dead David Schurter Club. Hail Satan, steal peanut butter, gas stations go boom.
But this is what Pootie twang, you can't beat what has already embraced all of you. All of you. See, when I say that they bound me into the dark when I was a kid, yes, all of that was true, but it never really became real to me until I was 27 years old and I went on that weekend workshop. It was a Celtic shamanism workshop. And the very first journey that I went under, our mother came to me and gifted me the dark and told me that I could use what I was trained to do and cast whatever I wanted to cast in the dark.
David Schurter is casting a spell to throw all of us into the darkness.
I just couldn't cast on people. And so I always adhered to that, is that I cast in the dark. And I spent over 2 decades. That's how I separated myself from the anger and rage that happened to me as a child. But in doing so, all of that shit drove me to talk about it in therapy.
You fucking crazy, man.
Because when you do what I do, what I realized was there's no depth to my darkness. There's no depth. And let me tell you, they trained me, they taught me how to fuck you. They tried to turn me into a psychopath. And when I say there's a part of me that it worked, because what I cast in that dark, I ended up having to talk about it in therapy.
You sound insane. Do you realize that?
And because it scared me, you know? My darkness scared me, but then I had to deal with it. Thank God I had therapy, and I was in therapy. But as far as the dark goes, it was when I was in Seattle and they were fucking blasting the shit out of me so hard that at one point in time, it dilated my pupils. I had my pupils were like 2 things. I remember that after I was sold that bag of pot that was laced with PCP, I was waking up, my whole face was swollen. That was when I found 12 rocks around that were planted around my house that had that weird black metallic looking mold. All the surfaces, they were big rocks that were planted there like they'd always been there, but they weren't always there. And all of their surfaces were exposed, and they all had this weird metallic black mold on it.
Really?
I'm out in my backyard because I had this message from someone who told me that I needed to look for a rock.
Couldn't the Illuminati just, like, drop a plane on your house or something? Or does your magic powers keep them away? What about blowing up a gas line?
Stations go boom.
Or, I don't know, maybe they could just hire a sniper to take you out or something.
Something that was the size of a, small soccer ball.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, what the fuck, So I go outside, and lo and behold, here, let's see if I can't. So I'll just turn the camera around and make sure that I get it.
Let's see this device.
Right here is a hole. Right there is a rock.
Uh-huh.
It's at the very corner of my house, right here.
Guys, he found the rock! Abort the operation!
So it's right there. And so I thought, I don't know, what the fuck? I'll actually dig this goddamn rock out and see what happens.
What's gonna happen?
So I dug out this rock and walked out and poured gasoline on this rock. And this rock burned for 5 minutes. And now...
Wow, that must be because the Order made it a magic rock. A magic evil rock that spies on you and sends EMF rays into your house, making you think that you raped and murdered children. Making you think it's so hard that you go put up YouTube videos about it.
And once I got rid of all those rocks, all of that microwave shit, waking up in the morning and my whole face was swollen and my lips were swollen, and it was horrid. It's been horrid. But I had to go through all of this because that was part of what I promised when I asked for them to be claimed. This is all part and parcel of what I did. I can't bitch about any of it because I knew what I was getting involved with from the very beginning. There was no question. But they were blasting the shit out of me in Seattle. And for me in my life, all of this has always been spiritual because I've been disabled most of my life. I have not been able to work. However, they want to make everyone think that I'm crazy. But I just want to point out a story when I was in 5th grade and I was at Linden Elementary School in Fremont, Nebraska. That was when we lived in Fremont. And I was in 5th grade. And the principal pulled my dad and my stepmother and me into his office and started off the conversation by telling my dad that there was nothing they could do for me. And my dad instantaneously got pissed off. I, of course, I was inside, I was totally freaking. But the principal followed it up with, he's in 5th grade, and I had a graduate to upper graduate reading level in 5th grade. And so I'm not stupid. I knew I was never going to be able to work for the man. I've had so much shit that I've had to deal with. This is like a full-time job. This is like a full-time job. And, I'm not even reading the conversation. Sorry, guys. Thing about it is that if the darkness is pulling you, you're fucked. You ain't gonna control the darkness. What Aquino taught me how to fuck you. All of you. So if you can hide from the 7-headed Hydra, go for it.
I thought I saw a black widow spider in your bed. This coffee tastes different. Is it rat poison? Your dog is eating a lot of grass. I hope he didn't eat something dangerous. That strange spot on your couch smells like urine. Do you feel dizzy? Carbon monoxide is a real danger. Gas stations go boom. Prices absorbent, even for cyanide. Did you know broccoli takes syringes of strange fluid so easily? Watch your step, it's slippery. And that last one is a doozy.